Committee on Parole called back to order. The time is 1:25. Our next case is Mr. Elton B. Murray. Mr. Murray, would you give us your full name and DOC number, please?
Elton Bernard Murray, 119415.
Mr. Murray, let me explain our process to you. First, I'm going to read some information into the record, and then the board will conduct a parole interview with you. At the end, you'll be allowed to make a brief statement before the board votes. Do you understand our process?
Yes, sir.
Okay. This is the matter of Elton B. Murray, DOC number 119415, date of birth July the 19th of 1965. He's a fifth class offender. He has a parole eligibility date of December the 24th of 2022. He has an adjusted good time date of December the 21st of 2035 and a full term date of December the 22nd, 2037. He is currently serving a 35-year sentence on the charges of armed robbery, attempted second-degree murder, aggravated battery, and aggravated burglary. Does that information sound accurate, Mr. Murray?
Yes, sir. It do sound accurate, but the attempted murder and all that, I'm only doing the time on the armed robbery. The 30 years was ran with the 35.
Okay. Mr. Freeman has been assigned to your case. Would you please answer any questions he might have?
Okay, Mr. Murray, how old are you?
58,
What is your educational level?
8th grade.
Any GED, anything else?
No, sir, I got a few classes, program class.
How many years have you served on this charge?
This will be 23 years.
Hey, 17. So you've been in there 23 years?
Since 2001.
So you've been in since that armed robbery charge, correct?
Yes, sir.
And that's when you went in a store, you acted like you had a gun and took some money?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's talk about Ms. Polar. What was your relationship with her?
There's Polo out of Alexandria.
Mm-hmm.
That's called. We was coating and everything like that. Really, I was released on a mistake. And she knew about it and everything and went to turn me in. Was gonna turn me in. We went to Tulsa and wrestling and everything. So after she was going to file charges and stuff for me, she claimed I stole her car. She claimed that I hit her with something, and they only
You
came.
denying that you hit her in the head with a hammer?
No, I didn't hit her in the head with a hammer, sir.
You denying you kicked in a door and hit her with a pipe?
Yes, sir, I'm denying that, sir.
You denying that. So she just made all that up and they convicted you of it. Did you go to trial?
Then what they did, sir, they came to me with a plea to close the case, to offer me 30 years to run with the 35, because really they wanted me back in custody for the mistake of the release they did.
What they did, release you in error? That's what you're trying to say?
Yes, sir.
They had a warrant for you for that release in an error?
Yes, sir.
I see your supervision record. It's not too great. You hadn't done too well. You've been revoked 4 times. Is that correct?
Yes, sir, from not paying my parole officer.
Law enforcement comments, most law enforcement are opposed. The victims in these matters are opposed. Let's talk about the classes you've taken. You took anger management. What did you learn from anger management?
Well, I learned how to not be progressive on anything that people throw my way to aggravate me. and to get outranged with it or anything where it cause harm to me or to anybody else.
Okay, what about your thinking from a change? What'd you learn from that?
Over the years of being incarcerated, it helped me to think positive on things and not to think negative. And before you go to reacting upon any matter, anything, think it over before you react upon it.
Right? Took living in balance. Did you have a drug problem when you was on the street?
Yes, sir.
You did?
Yes, sir.
What kind of treatment have you had beside the living in balance?
None.
You take any AA meetings, anything like that?
I went to AA. Yes, sir.
Are you currently going to AA?
On and off.
On and off, okay?
Yes, sir.
You figure you got your drug problem licked? Do you consider yourself an addict?
I think I got myself fixed after almost 23 years having touched a drug, and since my incarceration, I think I overpowered it.
So you think you'll be able to control that when you get out? What's your sobriety plan if you were to get out? How would you stay sober?
I stay sober by keeping myself busy, occupied by working, helping out my 96-year-old daddy, and being there to try to do things of my old age with my 4 new grandkids that I never had a chance to see in life, to benefit forward with them. And help to learn them not to follow my footsteps.
Would you attend AA, NA, and go to all of that kind of stuff?
Yes, sir.
Let's talk about your write-up. Looks like you had a write-up in 4/23/22. What was that about?
The one that was in 2022 last year,
Uh-huh.
because of a guy, not the, well, I'm not gonna speak the truth, because that's the only way to get us right. He winded up doing something that he ain't supposed to be doing, that being up all night. And by the time daybreak came for him to be able to go to his class, he didn't make it to his class because he winded up falling asleep. But when somebody did wake him up to go to his class, when he get to the class, they turned him around and told him he was late. He come back and telling me to have it on my mind, because soon as he get on the till, we're gonna fight. Now, I'm 50, at that time, I'm 56 years old. You 22 years old. So I'm thinking he was a joker, but when he came on the tier and came to running at me, I just grabbed my belt and lock and went to hit him back, you know.
Why did he want to fight you if he overslept?
Because he blamed me for not waking him up.
Ordinance, is that your interpretation of what happened?
I briefly asked about that not long ago, and from what I'm understanding is that it was a situation he had with another offender here where it was a little bit more personal. And in regards to having a relationship between him and the other inmate. And that situation, that's why I got to the point that it actually did. And the offender thought that he should be responsible for actually waking him up that trying to go to class.
Yeah, I thought there was a little bit more to it. Okay, Warden, what else do you have to say about Mr. Murray?
Well, in my personal opinion, I think Mr. Murray needs to learn how to take a little bit more responsibility. And in regards to things going right, this population here has some of the youngest offenders of the state of Louisiana. Okay. Offender Murray, of course, he just said at the age he is. And in my opinion, he just needs that trying to grow up a little bit more himself. You know, with that actually being said, that's why some of the things I'm looking at his record here kind of like answer for itself. But what he personally needs that trying to concentrate on doing is getting his GED. Getting his GED, trying to prepare himself to be a little bit more prepared for whatever the future might actually bring for him. That's one of the biggest steps. And the other thing he needs that trying to concentrate on is making sure he has trying to try to actually get some more substance abuse treatment classes, because it's definitely needed.
Okay. You belong to any clubs, Mr. Murray?
No, sir.
You do any community service around the prison?
I work as a dorm warden.
I have.
Okay. Anything you'd like to say, Mr. Murray, before we vote?
Well, I got to say, if it was my chance, or y'all giving me a chance back into society, I appreciate it, but it's y'all to make the decision. It's the same thing as going to the streets in court. It'll be on the judge either to sentence me or cut me or loose, you know? But I know within myself, I'm not the same that I was today, that I was 23 years ago at the age of 35.
Thank you very much. And ready to vote?
Yep.
Okay. Mr. Freeman?
Okay, Mr. Murray, first off, you take no responsibility for your crime whatsoever. You say you took a plea deal. And that's just hard to believe. You took a plea deal for attempted murder, just to get rid of the charge, in my opinion. I agree with the warden. He hasn't done nearly enough. Probably the worst attitude I've ever seen. And look, see how you're doing right now. My vote today is to deny.
This is good enough. Murray.
Ms. Wise?
This is Ms. Murray, you're in a hurry, so my vote is the same for the same reasons. Best wishes to you.
Same here, Mr. Murray.
Step aside.
Gordon, thank you very much for your help. We'll be adjourned at 1:37.
Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank y'all.